Alright, so you probably already read the title, so let's get right into the video. You might be asking yourself, oh, how is the battleground genre gonna die out? Now, let me tell you. I think the battleground genre is gonna die out because it's not new player friendly. Or at least it isn't, like most battlegrounds aren't. The average battlegrounds is pandering towards like the average player who's already played battlegrounds, has experience with them, and has played them for many a time now. Which is a big problem because you want new players to come into the game and experience them, have some fun with them, get to feel for it. Like, oh yeah, I like this battleground. It also has my favorite characters in it. Like I mean, take your battleground for example. It's based off My Hero Academia, so like I mean, people like that. It has a good fan base, so people would want to play that and have fun with it. But the new players aren't going to be able to have fun with it because then it's just like it's not pander towards them. It's pandered more towards the battlegrounds players that have already been playing this game for many a time now, which is why I think TSB is probably the best one currently, because it's pandering towards new players since it was the original. It's been here the longest, and so I mean, of course, it was made for new players, which is a good thing. You want it to be pandered toward new player. You want to have something for them to get their grasp of. But then, I mean, you have games like Heroes Battleground, Jump Showdown, all that stuff who just take all that and throw that away. It kind of ruins it. It kind of just like it just does. It takes everything TSB has been doing and just shoves it back into the face. Like it just gives them a slap in the face and laughs at them. Which is why they was not as popular as TSB. That's why TSB is probably the most popular, because new players can actually come in there on a daily basis, have fun, get off, and then maybe tell their friends about it, and then those friends will come and play TSB, have a good time, and tell their friends, and so on and so forth. And which brings me to my next point: updating schedule. I mean, TSB doesn't have the best update schedule, as we already know. I mean, the last time it took them like how long? Like what? Almost half a year to update, and I mean they're doing the same thing now, which just it doesn't like. I mean, it still has the most players in the battleground genre. But I mean, eventually it's gonna plummet. I mean, how wouldn't it? I mean, it's just nobody's gonna want to play something that hasn't updated in over a year or something. I mean, Heroes Battlegrounds, Jump Showdown, all this stuff, they update out regularly, which is a good thing. But again, they aren't new player friendly. They add content people have already seen. They add content that nobody even really likes or like cares for or anything. Like they just keep adding content that's already been seen or content that's too complicated to understand, which then just like makes people not like it. I'm gonna take the most recent update, for example, for Heroes Battleground. They changed .bb1 in some ways, which I mean it's fine, but like at least make it so that way like people understand how it works. I don't even understand how it works. And I've been playing Battlegrounds for like years now, since TSB was like in its prime. But I mean, I don't understand how Heroes Battlegrounds new stuff works. I mean, Jump Showdown, that's pretty popular too. I mean, it's just like it's content you've already seen or content nobody cares for or people have never asked for at all. Which people don't like. They want content that like they want the developers to listen to them. They want their voices to be heard. They want to know that the developers are listening to the community and listening to their feedback and knowing what they want, instead of just the developers throwing something that nobody asked for and nobody really wants to play as. I mean, like the overhaul update or even the Hawks update. I mean, nobody wanted Hawks. People wanted Tsukiyomi, whatever his name is. And that just, I mean, the fact that they added Hawks instead of Tsukiyomi, I mean, that just kind of upset the community. Which, in I mean, it kind of, I mean, the developers said they were sorry, but I mean, how many times will that work until it just doesn't anymore? Which is what, here's how I think here's how I think that the battleground genre can be better. is if they just add in, like, if the most recent battlegrounds, all the stuff, make it new player friendly, add a tutorial or something. Make it so that way new players can have a good time on it. Make it so that way new players can get into the genre without getting confused. Like, wait, how does this work again? Or how does this character play? How is he meant to be played? How do I play him? All that stuff. But instead, they just don't. They leave them to the average players or the experienced players who've already been playing Battlegrounds for longer than I have. And that just doesn't really sit well with new players, which means new players can't get into the genre, which means that the current players are going to get bored, and then the genre is going to die off slowly and steadily. I feel like they could really make the game better, like make all their games better, if they were just pander towards new players. If the games actually pander towards players who are just like trying to get into the genre and have a good time on them, like any other player trying out Battlegrounds, I feel like people would like it more. They would spike it up in the popularity again instead of people going for asymmetrical horror games like Forsaken, Outcome Memories, all that stuff. People go to those because it's fresh content. It's something new. And the developers are, I mean, not really consistent, but there's always content to do in there. Which is why the Battleground genre is probably going to die off within like a year or something like that. So a couple of years. Which is a bit disappointing, but it's inevitable. But until that point, I'm going to continue enjoying them and having a good time on TSB. You know, sometimes teaching new players how to play, sometimes just killing them, all that stuff. Yeah, the usual. I mean, it's not even like that TSB is like the best battlegrounds for new players. I mean, there's definitely probably some other one that's better out there for them. But right now, TSB is probably the best because, I mean, it was literally created for people to experience it for the first time. It was the first battlegrounds. At least from my knowledge. I could be wrong. Which I really think that if Battlegrounds pander towards new players more, the Battleground genre will survive. Which it might thrive even without pandering towards new players. There's always that possibility. I could just be speaking about nothing. But what do you think that would change the Battleground genre? How do you think that making that the genre would become better? Let me know in the comments down below. And until next time, see ya until then.